he goes over to check the body. So
I'd like to
over there.
I'd like to grab my rat and walk over with him.
Okay.
To introduce myself and ask him what his name, because I don't know he's the sheriff. I just know he shows up, right?
Yeah, so he kind of looks like he's in charge. I mean, you guys are able. I mean, the guards are kind of in formation, and he was the first one. He was the first one out. You can tell that he is actually the one in charge, as they're all kind of just standing back right now. We're out of initiative. Let me get rid of this real quick. Let me clear initiative. There we go. As he's looking down, he looks over to his guard. He kind of makes a gesture for a couple of them to come over. You see a couple of them walking over there to kind of, just look at what's going on and
walk over there. And I think at this point, and I guess I don't really know everybody's stats, but at this point we've been long enough to where I would assume that Elijah would have the best investigation. And so I'm going to message Elijah and say, hey, come investigate this body with us before they take it away. And I want to walk over there and start talking to the guy in charge.
Okay, I went ahead and opened up you guys can go ahead and move.
I kind of swoop down and pick my rat up as I go over there.
That's fine.
I'm gonna as I walk by Phoebe, I'm gonna do this, like a fist bump.
I don't fist bump.
And then I'm just gonna be like,
I leave him hanging.
I don't do that at all.
I don't hate you. I just don't like you yet.
So I'm gonna message Elijah as I message him. Like, hey, why don't you see what you think happened? I'm gonna look at the sheriff and go, what were those things? Why are they here?
I don't know. He's acknowledging you, but he's also kind of in the middle of trying to figure out what's going on. He's kind of like, give me a minute and I'll get with you. And he's kind of he's talking to the guards, and he is making sure that they can get as much information from the body as they can.
I'm gonna message Ixis and ask her if she familiar with like any sort of medical, or if she would have any capabilities to understand what's happening with his body, as Elijah's kind of looking over the scene.
I rolled investigation.
Okay, so what are you looking for, Elijah?
Anything that the ghouls might have wanted.
Anything that the ghouls might have wanted?
Or
his flesh.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know that the ghouls were there just because there was a dead body there to eat.
You look alive.
Oh, he was already dead.
I would say with the investigation, you can tell that. Well, okay. So what did you? Okay, so you rolled pretty good. So before the sheriff kind of shuffles you guys off, because you're in his crime scene right now, Elijah, you see what looks like an unmelted ice dagger sticking out of this man's chest, and then it's just the ghouls kind of like had their fill of him. So there's not a lot to really investigate, but you do see that.
I take the ice dagger.
No, the sheriff's gonna look at. He's gonna tell both of you guys to go ahead and back off because he needs to do his investigation. He'll talk to you in a minute. So you guys need to, just go ahead and just step back. Again, you guys just kind of watch. They're taking notes and whatever, and it almost looks like they're trying to identify the body also. I will say that go ahead and roll. Everybody roll perception. Okay, so I will say Fergal and Dirk, you notice a female dwarf standing off to the side of the building that you didn't see before, and you're not sure at what part of the fight that she came in, and it looks like she's staring at you guys, and it's almost looks like she's kind of sizing you up.
My perception.
Hold on, buddy.
Okay, so you see the same thing. You see this female dwarf standing over. She looks like that.
The last.
Wow.
Yeah,
She's short.
yeah, and so she is standing kind of over in this area, like maybe she came in, but she again, you're not sure when she got there. Right about that time, the sheriff and guards all come over to you, and they start asking you questions about what what you saw, or what was the scene like when you got here? Was there anybody else there? And they just kind of start bombarding you with all these questions because they're trying to figure out exactly what went down. If you have any questions for the sheriff, now would be. So he first off, he wants to know, what's your guys' names and why are you in town?
I'm gonna ask him if I can keep that ice dagger.
No, you can't.
So I'm gonna ask him who he is and what his name is.
It tells you that his name is Sheriff Markham Southwell. He is pretty much the leader of guard here in Brenshander.
Okay, so I'll introduce myself.
I'll introduce myself.
Okay. And then so I'm just assuming that you guys all introduce each other. He asks you, well, why are you in Brenshander, and what exactly, did you see when you came up? Were you attacked, or he's trying to figure out, what went on here.
I'm not going to mention the imp, because the imp's still invisible. But I'm going to say we noticed that we're here on our personal business. We're here to talk to Darvessa. And we were supposed to meet her at the inn. And I'm just going to say that we came across these creatures feeding on this body. And we felt that we needed to intervene before more innocent people were hurt.
I didn't.
What are you saying, Alicia?
I didn't feel. You didn't feel like what?
He didn't want to intervene.
So he thanks you and for stepping in and taking care of it, and he tells you that he knows who the man is, and that his name is Theodore Tendril Jr., and that his father is a wealthy merchant that also lives in town. He says he asks what your business with Darvessa is.
I'm sorry, does somebody else want to chime in?
Yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Since we killed those things, I was wondering if I could have that tiny dagger.
What's that?
Max is trying to get the dagger.
Oh yeah. No, he says he needs to take that. He says there's been several other murders with the same kind of weapon. They need to use that in their investigation.
So I want to ask him if they have come across these ghouls before.
He said that they're not common in town, outside of town, but to the best of his knowledge, he thinks that somebody is bringing them in to maybe try to clean up the crime site. But yeah,
so he thinks someone is murdering people and then bringing ghouls in to feed off them to just kind of cover up for it.
Right, yeah,
But he leaves the same dagger.
It's the same kind of weapon.
So I'm going to look at the sheriff and ask him and say, as far as we're understanding, the only ways to get into town are through your guards. So could it be that your guards are maybe a little bit corrupt? A couple of them?
He kind of thinks to himself for a while, and he kind of shakes his head. He says, I don't want to think that it's that, but that's a possibility. He says we really don't have any kind of leads as far as who is doing this, how it's being done.
Wait, I think I know who possibly.
Oh, Max knows who did it. Elijah, who did it?
No, I know. I was guessing.
Okay.
That one guy we saw,
The blue eyes?
Yeah.
Oh.
The blessed man?
He had the dagger.
So are there any who would use an ice dagger? We've heard legends of those. Right. Elijah, go ahead.
Well, frost giants would probably use them, but I don't think they're around here. So
we've heard legends of people who were born with frost resistance. Would they be proxy to use some sort of blade like this?
He just shakes his head and he says, that's a bunch of wives' tales. There's nobody is blessed.
We saw somebody on the way in who had no clothes on, but just normal trouser and shirt. And
with eyes as blue as the water.
And devilishly handsome. Let me tell you, that guy, he was handsome.
not as handsome as me.
Right, not as handsome as Elijah or the abbot. But
The abbot.
The abbot?
Is that what you said?
yeah.
I didn't think
The abbot.
I'm just going to suggest that the first place he looks is the
Those
guards.
abs.
Is there any other way to get into this town other than the roads? There's 3 gates, right?
Maybe
Right.
someone in the house have a secret trap
So-
door.
Maybe you should look at the manifests of who's coming in and who's going and who's on guard that time. Maybe you should tighten up that. That would be my guess. Unless there's like some sort of factory here that's pushing out ghouls. Are there any underground tunnels under the city?
Yeah, maybe some.
Well,
Help.
he says there's the sewers, of course, but as far as manifests, we don't really keep a log of who comes in and out of the city.
Perhaps you should. You have had how many murders?
There's been 8 murders altogether.
Yeah. Maybe we should keep track of who's coming and
Or
going.
7 murders. This is the 7th murder. But they're not all in this town. This is only the 3rd one in this town. There's two murders in East Haven, 2 other murders in Targos.
Is there any, have you found any link between the victims?
And he just kind of shakes his head like, he's almost embarrassed, that the only link is Ice Dagger. There's always an Ice Dagger that's left behind.
How far do the sewers go out? Do they somehow connect the 3? Because these are 3 main cities, right, of 10 towns?
Right. No, yeah, they don't connect. They're Targos is probably 3-4 hours to the north. East Haven is 8 hours to the southeast. But the Ice Daggers and also that there are prominent people that are being murdered in the towns.
Let me ask you this: is there any other suspicious behavior going on in this town aside from the cold?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. It's there's always ruffians or whatever, and we're able to take care of that. But it's just been these past 3 months that these murders have been taking place. We put out reward for information, but nobody seems to be willing to come forward and help.
All right.
So what do you do with the body now?
Throw it away in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Bury it.
In the dumpster.
We'll look for some more ghouls to finish the job. No, he said we'll take it to be buried. We need to go and notify his father and let him know what's happened, and then we'll take what's left to his father, and his father will make the proper arrangements to have his son buried.
You said he was a prominent figure. Who was he?
Theodore Tendril.
Yeah, but who was he in the town?
Oh, he's just a wealthy merchant that lives in the town.
I know a merchant here. Doing pine nuke bombs.
All right,
So he does say if you're looking for Norvessa, she'll be in the North Look Inn in the morning. She goes down there every morning, so that would be the best place to find her. Either that, or if she's not there, then you can catch her at City Hall, but more than likely she'll be there tomorrow morning.
Okay. I'm just gonna thank him for his help and just let him know that if there's his cooperation, the sheriff. But if there's anything that we can do to help, we'd like to help. We came up to help.
Find me the murderer.
Well, then we'd be doing your job. But we just came to help, and we appreciate.
I would like to ask him one more question.
Yes.
I would like to ask him if he's seen any Durgar around here.
No, none in the city. There's no Durgar here.
What about in East Haven?
Well, he's not the sheriff of East Haven.
I bet he lives in.
I haven't heard anything about Durgar.
Where's his? If we need to find him, where is he located? If we have any more questions or if we have help, is he in town hall or?
Yeah, next to town hall is where his offices are. The guard headquarters or whatever is right there off of the center of town.
All right, so I'm just gonna let him know we're here to help and blah blah blah, and then kind of step to the side and let them do their work. I want to slowly kind of message Ixis and Phoebe and just because I'm sorry, who saw it? I saw it. The dwarf, and who saw her?
I did.
Okay, so Fergal. So I just want to kind of message Phoebe and Ixis
I didn't see it.
and Elijah and just kind of let them know, hey, there looks like there's an interested dwarf to the west of us, but I don't want to raise any suspicion with the sheriff. But maybe we should kind of head in that direction.
Yeah, as you guys look over there, she's gone.
Okay.
When you say you message us, does that mean you're just talking to us, or do you have like a telepathic thing?
Yeah, it's just telepathic.
Oh, no way.
All right, so it's probably late at this point.
Definitely late. Yeah.
And it's cold.
I wanna look at the party and do like a bring it in. Let's high five and let's go to the inn and get into some trouble.
That's right. We high five, our fingers break off.
Gosh.
I'm gonna do a fist bump to Phoebe,
I still let it hang.
and then I'm gonna go like this to Fergal. All right, that's right.
All right.
And then I guess if nobody has the objection, we can head to the Northlook Inn.
What if we scare the guards out of their minds?
Well, how do you want to do that?
Send message to them.
We probably don't want to do that here because this is like the major town. We probably don't want to burn any bridges here. If you want to goof off in like some of the smaller towns, we can.
Wise advice.
We can get crazy with prestidigitation and
I don't have
chant.
messages.
I just had the best idea.
That's a bummer. What's your
I
idea?
just had the best idea ever.
What's your idea?
So you cast prestidigitation, make a loud booming sound. I send my flaming sphere down, and then we use message to make it so they think the flaming sphere is actually like talking to them.
Oh, that's gangster. We'll do that sometime.
I know. We'll have to do that.
All right. So you guys are gonna head to the inn.
So, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah, you guys make it there, no problem. Go to check in. There's a young woman behind the desk there, and she says how many, ask you how many rooms you're going to be needing and for how long you're going to be staying.
45 hours.
I'm just going to ask her, we're visitors in this town and we just witnessed a terrible thing in the square and we're a little traumatized by it. It was really bad. Like there was a murder. And,
Oh, my.
and yeah, have you heard of any of these? The sheriff was there and there's the guards and they're cleaning it up. Have you heard of anything like that?
Oh yeah,
He said
yeah,
something. I overheard him say this is the third one here.
yeah. And she kind of she's like, oh wow, like it kind of hits home that it's kind of close. She says, yeah, she's heard of it, but I don't know. She's a little bit shaken up about it, and she kind of points to across the room where you guys see a message board that's set up.
Can we look at it?
Do you guys want to go over and check it out?
What's her name?
Her name is Anna. So she kind of tells you, she's just the knight.
I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come across as if we're just kind of innocent. We don't really know what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell her that we fought the ghouls. I'm not going to mention the ghouls. I'm just trying to get a sense for like what people around here know about these murders.
He's trying to get us a discount on our room.
Right.
I was traumatized.
So she lets you know that she doesn't know a lot about it. She's just, what she's heard about it is been a lot of like kind of secondhand. But she definitely knows that there is a murderer or murderers out there that are killing
Murder mystery.
in these three different towns. She says, she points you over to the message board there, and she says it's right on the board there, and it has been for 2 months now, right on the top.
Does it have the names of the other people murdered?
You guys want to go over and look at the board?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She doesn't know any names or anything. She just knows that there are murderers, and they are looking for information about it. So you walk over to the board on the wall there, and it's got different things. So right on top, you guys see this. Underneath it, there's several other postings. So there's you guys see, and then underneath that, and
Wait.
then
I'm sorry. Good Mead needs your help. Our town speaker was killed.
Yeah.
So is that her father?
no. This is so Goodmead is one of the other towns.
Oh, Good
So,
Mead speaker
yeah.
was killed.
Oh, I'll put them all up and then I'll go over them. One right on the top, the dead or alive one. So that's information on the murders of prominent members in Targos and East Haven and Bryn Shander. They're offering 100 gold for anybody with just any information that could lead to the end of this. Next one is,
The first one for the ice
Hold on, buddy.
and then the next one, Tourmaline. That's the city name. So they're having a problem. Their gem mine has been overrun with bandits, and they need help clearing it out. Well rewarded, and that is sent from speaker Oris Matthews, and that's in Tourmaline. Goodmead, that's another town. They need help because their town speaker was killed. Bandits stole the shipment of honey mead. Without these supplies, they'll not be able to provide the taverns of 10 towns with mead. Come retrieve our shipment and avenge our slain leader. And that's signed by the interim speaker. Then the next one is from Bremen. That's another town. They are looking for someone to investigate creature terrorizing their fishermen on Lake Mare Dalden. That's signed by Tally. She's not a speaker, but she's been investigating this thing that's going on. And then the last one is from Targos. They're looking for brave adventurers to help seek out Oyama Nartok.
It's a lycanthrope.
And that's pretty much what's on the board.
On the board.
Oh,
man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'll do,
That's a lot of side
I'll
quests.
do the first one for the ice dagger. And
Listen, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
If we get an ice dagger, you're going to be the one to get it. Don't you worry. Okay, so who else is in looking at? Are we all together?
I don't know if everybody. I don't know if everybody walked over to the board, but
I did.
I did.
Okay, so we're all looking at the board. I'm just gonna kind of chuckle to myself. Chuckle out loud and kind of say out loud to the group, "This place is in worse shape than I thought." And then I imagine we're all tired. And so I'm going to go back over to Anne and ask her what her rate is for, like, what's her weekly rate for room, board, and food.
She looks at you and she says, for a week, it's 2 gold.
Per person or per room?
Per person.
Okay, so I'd like to just give her 10 gold and you want me to take that out of my inventory?
Yeah, just mark it off your thing.
So I'll just give her 10 gold and just say, yeah, we just need a place to stay and some food for the week. And then I'm going to ask her for a round of ale.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, she'll set you guys up. There's not anybody else in there right now, so you guys have. I could pull the map up, I guess, if you. I didn't know how long you were going to be in the tavern there.
Well, I don't know if there's no one else in there. I don't really have anything else to say to Anne. I just want to kind of have us all have a drink and some dinner, and then I'm gonna crash out.
Okay. It's a 2-story building, so the bottom is tables and the kitchen, and then the bar area, and then off to the side there's stairs that go up. She says just when you guys are done with your drinks, just let me know and I'll show you to your rooms.
Oh, I want to ask her. She's the night bartender. Who's the day or
the
day bartender?
She laughs. She says, "Scramsix is the actual owner, and he'll be here in the morning."
What is he like?
She says he's a fair man. He's a good boss. She's worked there for like a year and a half as the kind of night person, and
so I just want to go back and sit down and drink my ale and eat my food and ask the party what they think about all this.
Pretty wild. No, what we thought was gonna happen.
In pretty bad shape.
This is pretty crazy, you guys. I think the first thing we need to do is maybe figure out, I don't know, what do you guys want to do first? I guess in the morning we need to talk to this Darvesa character. There's the whole reason we came up here.
Right.
And there's a bunch of side quests.
That's right. Yeah, we should probably talk to her first.
I think we should get more information on who these prominent people are. We know that there's the Theo Tendril Jr., but who are the other 2 murdered in this town? Maybe there's a pattern.
Everyone's opinion.
Would we be able to talk to the dad, maybe, of the dude who got killed?
I think we should, but I think we should give him a day or so, because the sheriff said he was going to go talk to him.
No, let's go tonight.
You want to go tonight? Let's do it. And then I pound my ale and I get another one.
Bet.
Well, I'm fine with anything as long as I get the ice dagger.
Okay, so I think that Elijah, if I'm not mistaken, wants that ice dagger. You want that ice dagger?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to figure out a way to get that ice dagger.
Ice dagger, doesn't that mean it's a dagger made of ice, though?
I don't know. It must be some sort of magical dagger, because otherwise the ice, well, I don't know if the ice would have melted. It's so cold up here.
No, but it would have
Right. So yeah, I don't know. We'll try to figure that out. We'll try to get the ice dagger for Elijah. And then
Souvenir.
Yeah, it's a souvenir. That's good. So I think kind of saying that, I want to finish my meal, and I'm going to look at the party and just say I'm really tired, and I'm going to go upstairs and go to bed.
Same.
All right.
Are we taking a long rest?
I do think that I would like to. I'm going to take Fergal and ask him if he can do a ritual cast with me. And I don't want a rat anymore. I want a spider. So I'm going to dismiss my rat, and I'm going to get a spider, a small spider.
Black Widow?
No. And then so that takes 10 gold pieces. So I'll take 10 more off.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to crash. And I don't really care whose room I'm in, as long as Fergal wears his CPAP machine. I'm okay with it.
What? Benefit Phoebe's room?
No, I'm not going near Phoebe's room.
I think you guys got 5 different rooms, so
Okay.
you're able to stay in your own rooms. As you guys kind of wake up and come downstairs, and it's a little bit more lively. I didn't put a bunch of people in here, but let's just pretend there's a bunch of people in here. If you can talk to them if you want to. Several of the tables have patrons around them, and they look like they're eating breakfast and kind of getting the day started. Do you see a gentleman behind the bar?
Oh, I'd like to sit at the bar and get out my pipe, light it up, and just greet him. Good day, sir. Scram socks, is it?
Yes. You must be the travelers that came in late last night.
Yes, that is us. And I want to point to the fish on the north wall. I'm gonna say, is that a knucklehead over there?
Yes, that's a knucklehead.
No. Did you catch the knucklehead?
No, not me, not that one. That is not written down in my notes. Hold on a minute. Can't believe I didn't leave. I left that out. That is Old Bitey.
Old Bitey?
Old Bitey, yes. Somebody, they caught him. It's probably been about 4 years now, and that's a good sized fish right there. So we hung him up there, and well, just wait a minute, and you'll see what happens here. And so you guys kind of stare at the fish for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden the fish kind of turns its head towards you guys. And it starts singing a song. It says, "There's a place I'd like to go, further up the river's flow. Where it is, I don't know. Must be under all the snow." And then it kind of turns its head back, and it doesn't move. And it says, "Yeah, see that there? A wizard came by and they put a spell on it, and now that's all I have to listen to all day, but it's okay. It brings people in to see the bar."
So after it's done, I'm gonna wow, that's fascinating. And I'm gonna say, who caught that fish? Is it real?
Oh, that's a real fish. I think it was caught in Brandon or maybe East Haven.
I'm still playing the piano. Very well, I might add.
Quite well.
I mean, it's a huge fish. Like, it's probably like 4 feet.
Are we gonna get food or something, like waffles?
Yeah, there's like a little waffle maker.
Make excellent waffles.
Yeah.
Fergal's down there with a waffle maker, like knocking stuff over. I'm sorry.
No, there's an actual cook.
Yeah, we witnessed a murder, and we heard that have been several murders here. Do you know anything about it? We're actually working with Sheriff Southwell to find the murderer, bring them to justice.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't really have any information about it. He just says, I've heard what the talk on the street about several prominent people getting killed in different towns, but that's about all I know. Other than that, what it says over on the board there, if you have any information that you can pick up some gold if you help them find the person and stop the murders.
But you don't know the names of the people, or do they keep it hush hush? Or
I never asked. I don't. Yeah, I don't really. It's only been one murder here. Well, and then the one that was last night also. But yeah, I don't really care.
It's above your pay grade.
do you know when Speaker Darvasa is gonna show up? When does she usually show up? We're supposed to meet with her.
Well, she should be here any time now. She usually comes in about this time to talk to the people and take care of any problems or whatever. She visits all the taverns in the morning.
What is there to do in this town?
Nothing. There's nothing much to do in this town. You can what are you looking for?
Places of business, major places of business in the town.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go to the square and there's a blacksmith and there's a general goods store and there's a potion store there and whatnot. But I mean, as far as things to do, like it's really a working town. I mean, it's not a big vacation spot.
Do you know anything about the sewers?
The sewers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know they work because our streets aren't flooded, but no, other than that, I don't really know anything about the sewers.
There's
Person fitting it?
say again?
That person fitting it? Like a
Can a person fit in the sewers? Are they accessible?
I wouldn't know. I've never been down there before.
You should go there.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna thank him and
then
go to my.
did you guys want food?
Yeah.
Okay.
waffle cook.
So he yells back.
Don't we want to get our shoes, or did we already do that?
We haven't done that yet. We gotta go to the square to get those.
So he yells back. He goes, "Grog, 5 breakfasts." He tells you they'll be out shortly.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go sit down and enjoy the music.
My piano playing.
A little time out goes by, and you see a younger woman come in the door.
Actually, I'm gonna sit with Virgil.
Okay.
Virgil.
And you see several people kind of come up to her and start talking to her. She looks like, she's taking some notes or whatnot. She's got a little pad and she's writing some stuff down and whatnot. And she's kind of looking around. She's talking to the people that are around her, but she's also kind of looking around the room to try to. Looks like she's trying to find somebody, and she sees Phoebe up at the piano. She politely dismisses herself from the people she's talking to, and she approaches Phoebe